Okay, so we're trying to change out this cell here. I did check the voltage on it, and the voltage was reading something like 6 point something. So let's see if we can show you here. And of course the cables always get tangled up. And here we go. Okay, so this here is a bad battery. We'll go ahead and do it such that the red correlates with the positive and the negative correlates with the negative here. And maybe I can get this thing to cooperate, because of course it always wants to be difficult. And so this is this battery. You see we're at 6.83, and the one right next to it is 8.21. So what we have to do to get to this point was a little time consuming. I'm doing it with the camera. If you have your power tools, obviously it'd be a lot easier. I'm doing it with the ratchet. All these screws here are 8 millimeters. These main bolts here are 13s, and then you have some smaller ones that hold all the plastic there, and all these pieces here are 10 millimeters. And I say all, there's only, I see this one only had 3 10 millimeter bolts on there. That one only had 3, and I believe that side only had 1. And that just holds this piece in here. It's not a big deal. I just left it. But we're at the point now where, oh, there we go. So another thing is that this battery has a bunch of little 8 millimeter bolts down here. You can also get them with the Phillips, and they're not on there super tight, so they're super easy to come off. These are the actual bolts, and you can see it's an 8 millimeter hex, or just the Phillips cross you can use to take them off, and they're super easy to take off, not a big deal. And so I'm now at the point where I just kind of unzipper these pieces off, and you can't really get it wrong. You have to have positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, whatnot on there. They may be in a certain order. I don't really know. Oh, interesting. I don't know what this little wire is here, but it does have some sort of a clip on this last wire here, and it might be a thermostat. So it doesn't really matter. This is gonna lay down and get out of my way. This one's gonna lay down, get out of my way. This one, again, this is the first time I've ever done this. I've never moved these before. This is the bad cell here. So let's get this son of a gun out. You can see there's nothing holding it in place. Let's just get it out of the way so we don't touch it again. So boom, that's gone out of the way. Like I said, we do have 2 cells here, and so let me see. Yeah, so it holds a nut on this side, and then there's nothing on this side. So the only thing is that I did wire them such that I could test out the wiring and whatnot. But let's get our 8 millimeter socket here and disassemble these, and we're just gonna go ahead and disassemble this real quick. I don't want to lose the nut, so boom, that's gone. And these little plates they use, I got these off of eBay. These plates that they use are, I have no idea where they come from, but they're a little oxidized now. And so we'll check to see which battery gives us the best voltage. Let's get this plate off. Needs a little motivation there. Come off. There we go. Cool. So this plate can now come off. We'll save it. And then we'll do the same with this side. Our wire came off, and one of the things that I do like is to have access to easy reading of the voltage. So I'm going to set it up such that I can have 2 wires sticking out. I'm gonna set up so I can have 2 wires sticking out, and I don't want to lose the nut, so let's go and take it off slowly. Let's take our plate off, wiggle this device a little bit, boom, there it comes. And this wire is just, you can see, I just jimmy rigged it in place. Nothing significant, nothing special, no soldering, no nonsense. Just curled it off and put some copper on copper, or aluminum, or whatever the metals are. Metal is metal. Let's get the voltmeter, and then we'll see which battery is best. We're gonna put this, I don't like this one too much just because you have to select your own voltage, which is not a big deal. You see how easy that was, but you have to keep conscious of the fact that you do have to check your voltage. Like the Milwaukee that I have, you don't have to do that. So let me see. This one's 8.9. and this one's 8.9. So they're both, I didn't show you, but they're both 8.09. Keep in mind, like all these batteries just scoot it down, and so it's not a big deal, but we have to make sure that we're positive, negative. You see negative, negative, positive, positive. So that's not correct. We need a negative in there on this side right here, positive, positive. And so this one, these all slid down. It's not a big deal. We'll just work it back in there, put them back in. These are getting warm. I don't know why these are warm, but either way, it doesn't matter. All right, cool. So slide this in. It can only go in one way. You can see there's little grooves there on this side, and they basically slide into each other. It's not a big deal. Just put them in place. There we go. You see there's this, the holes need to line up. This little zipper thing can come out. This can come out. This can come out. And just because I have the batteries apart, I want to show you that it doesn't matter if you have them connected or not, as far as these two join to each other and these two join to each other. The batteries are not that smart. So let me see if I can show you. Let's see if I can show you. There we go. Let's see if I can show you. Boom. 8.23, 8.2, 8.15. So they're all basically the same. And like I said, it doesn't matter if these are connected or not. But now we can get them all back together. I'm definitely gonna put it all back together properly, and we're gonna hook up the fan, because I believe that fan that I had on there was an issue. Now, one thing that I had before was the one issue I had before was that this one is warped, but it's still good. We just don't want this thing to overheat. And all these did read 8+, so I don't want to mess with it. At one time, one of these read just a little bit lower than the others. So let me go through it right now and just double check that they're all reading the same. And I'm gonna use the same method. I just can't do it with both hands. It does not matter if you put your positive on your positive or your negative on your negative, just so long that you have one on this side, and then of course you follow the battery and you put one on the opposite side. It'll let you know, because you won't get a reading. So let me put the phone down. We'll make another video. Basically what I'm gonna do from here is put all these little bolts or nuts back on, put all these little nuts back on. And well, shoot, before I put those nuts on, I'll actually assemble it with the little clamping devices and everything, and I'll put all the nuts and bolts underneath. Also, I think what I'll do first is put this, I can't put this on there. This one's pretty important because it dropped on that side over there, so it might be a little bit of a challenge to lift it back up and get it connected on the side. But anyways, that's what needs to happen, and then we'll just put it back in. It's not that big of a deal, and I have all the casings and hardware stuff aside there. Thanks.